Hello everyone, it's me Krasimir Panayotov, and in this quick video I will share with you guys my reviews on some of the most traded pairs like Euro USD, Gbp USD, of course some secondary pairs like Euro JPY or Euro GBP, those who I love to trade the most and those who you also love to trade the most, guys, the most traded pairs. Also we'll put some attention on gold because this is one of my favorite instruments for trading the last 2-3 weeks. And of course, for the first time in the Rich Spirit channel, we'll pay some attention to the stock market indexes, NAS 100 and US 30. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get this money. Now, you guys know that I usually start with the Euro USD, so let's get started exactly with the Euro USD. And what you see in front of you right now is the daily chart on Euro USD. And as I have mentioned in my previous analysis, we expected such move to happen. Well, at this time I didn't mark this zone, but now since we have this low and since we checked in the past that it was not so bad support, it's a good valid support and resistance zone. We had these lows here, this high, so it's a good support zone for the price. Well, while the price was looking very bearish last week, this week the price action changed. We became bullish, retesting this previous support and resistance level around the 1.11750, 40, 50 shit, around 1.17456. What we can expect for the next week from this price? For you, I will tell you very quickly. Here we can expect a down move to the support zone, or if we break this resistance we can go to the next highs over here or the next resistance zone. And if we go to the 4-hour chart, we see some signs that already this super bullish trend is weakened, and we can see some reversal if this support level right here with these lows gets broken. So if it gets broken, you know, we are going down. Okay, let's clean now this and let me show you this interesting trend line here, which can also be retested. This is on the 4-hour chart, so we can see another attempt to break the resistance, and from there with a touch or retest of the trend line we can see a bounce off. So here it's a very good zone to look for reversal signs, for bearish signals on the chart to take sales. And on the sales you can target these lows over here, these highs over here, or of course the support zone area right here. Okay guys, if we look for the faraway future, we of course can break this zone and head to this very nice support and resistance zone looking here. Back in the past it acted as a strong resistance, now it will be a good support for the price. And we can, if we check the weekly candles, we can see that we had this M pattern right here. So what happens usually when we break an M pattern is a move to the upside, then a retest to the neckline, which is this resistance. So we can definitely see pushback to the downside. Also you see this very nice bearish candle saying sell me, and the big banks are selling this pair right now, I believe. So it's very likely we to reach this zone, and from here we can look for a bullish signals. Okay guys, this is all for this pair. Let's not go into details because everything can happen. Of course the price can continue going up and start creating new highs. Now let's go to the Gbp USD. We're on the daily graphic. And as you can see, we are currently in a daily support and resistance level. I have marked some 4-hour resistances in blue, so they can help us in our analysis. But here, what we are waiting is for daily price action signal for buy or for sell. If we continue with the downtrend, we can easily get to these lows over here or to the previous support zone over here. So this is if we go bearish. But if the dollar loses strength, then we can break this 4-hour resistance here. The price was support and resistance in the past, so it's a good level. And if we break it, we are definitely heading high to these resistances and of course the daily resistance back here. And this is what most likely will happen the next week. So now let's go to the Euro GBP and see what's going on here. We had a pretty bearish market last few weeks, but for me this is just a correction of all this bullish move. What is very possibly we to see here is or a bullish signal right here from the zone, which can lead us back to the resistance on the 4-hour or higher to the previous daily resistance zone, looking back here. Or if the euro loses strength against GBP, we can see a push to the downside where we have a pretty good support level back here. Many times it acted as a support and as a resistance in the past. If we zoom out, you can see that this happened over and over in the past. So now let's move to the Euro GBP Jpy, and this is the Japanese yen. I'm on the 4-hour chart. Let me zoom out a little bit just so we can see the daily charts. We had a very strong bearish move last week, retesting this support and resistance right here. What happened exactly last week? I started selling this pair because we had a breakout of this range, this consolidation, and this is what we are usually doing when we see a powerful breakout. We are taking buy or sell in the direction of the breakout, but this happened to be just a false breakout and the price reversed very quickly. I was hoping that this downtrend will continue, but such thing didn't happen. So I got a small loss on this trade, but lately the price broke through the upper side, and there of course we had a massive push to the upside, retesting this resistance area. Now we had the double top here, so it's very likely to push down to this support area back here. This is a possible scenario, but of course we have to mention this strong bullish candle, which can mean that a lot of buyers have joined the market, and we can see a push back to this resistance and creating a triple top formation. This is pretty much all for this market, guys. Let's move to the next one, and as I can see, this is the USD Jpy pair, and currently still in the daily support level, which once got broken for a while, but the sellers wasn't strong enough to continue the downtrend, so we had reverse and retested this area again. Now we are under a very nice daily trend line, so if we break it this week, we will definitely retest this support and resistance area. If the downtrend after the breakout of this triangle pattern continues, we can easily create a new low. Probably we can test this resistance back here. Let's see in the past which are the best resistances here. Right now currently we're in a very good support area, so such push to the downside maybe will not happen. Here is a good support and resistance area, and also I would say this level right here. So this is possible levels where the price can stop for a while. Okay guys, if we break this super strong downtrend, we can have a nice correction to the upper resistances, which will be beautiful if the dollar gets strength. Let's see in the Gbp Jpy. For those who love to trade the Gbp pairs, this is a good opportunity. Now what the price action tells me after seeing this pin bar is that the price tried to go back lower, but it was just a correction, and we can see another push to the upside, probably to these lows over here or to the daily support and resistance level. Of course, if the price continue with the bearish trend, we can see a new lows probably to this area right here or to the daily support and resistance back here. Okay guys, this is very quickly for this pair. I'll pay some attention to the dog because he wants something from me very much, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, we're still on the weekly chart on Gbp Jpy, and we can see this bullish engulfing candle after a nice pin bar candle on the weekly chart. I expect we to see a push to the upside. Now let's move to the USD CHF pair, and this is the 4-hour chart, but I will move to the daily chart so we can see the global picture. I have marked some resistances on the chart. As you can see, a good support and resistance levels. And as you can see, we broke out of this range, this consolidation. So it's very possible after a retest of these highs, we to continue going up to the next resistance zone. This is if the USD gets back on its feet. So what I personally expect here is after we break this downtrend, we to see some sort of retest like it happened with this candle, and after the retest we can see this whole move to the upside, and this is a beautiful scenario. Of course, if the USD doesn't get strong so quickly, we will see a push to the down support zone, and after a retest we can see another push to the upside. This is also usual scenario. Now guys, let's move to the Australian dollar US dollar and see what we got there. After the previous push to the downside from the last week, on this week we had a push to the upside, or just a correction of this whole down move. We have exactly the 50-61% Fibonacci retracement. So this is possible we to consider just a correction to this 4-hour resistance. If we see on the 4-hour, here is our resistance zone, so we can see another push to the upside the next week, and from there we can continue with the down moves. Or of course, if it gets broken, we can see another push to this pretty good zone. We can see a push to this resistance or even higher to the daily resistance. I think first we will see a retest, and then we can look for sell signals to take these sell trades. And if we break this support level right here, we will have the double top formed, and if we break it, we're going down to this high over here or this lows on the support zone. Okay guys, this is for Australian US dollar. Let's quickly check in the Australian New Zealand dollar. Okay, here I still hold a sell trade which I took from this resistance zone. It was a nice rejection candles, these two. You can see these big wicks on the candles. This means a rejection of the price to go higher, so it will probably return back to this support zone, or if it breaks it, it will continue down maybe to the next zone or to these previous lows. This is a possible scenario. Also, you can see this channel over here where the price is following. So this is my expectation way to continue at least to this support area back here. But of course, if we break the resistance, we will go at least to these highs back here, because here we have another good, not so good like daily, but fair support and resistance level. And if we break it, we can head to the previous highs back here. Let's now check the gold chart. I have prepared it right here. We have these daily support and resistances. One is right here with these highs. This created a strong resistance, and also this support level which was broken 1 week ago and now turned into resistance for the price. So what can happen here is another push to the downside. Since this is already a resistance, we can see another push to this support area right here. Here we also have support for the price, and here in this week we saw another push to the upside. It's possible we again to see some bull pressure, but if we break this zone, we are probably heading to this previous support zone. And of course, it's very possible we to reach even the weekly support zone. This is very special level, which I will show you now on the weekly chart. It's the same level here. Let me zoom out. So you can see it's a resistance level in the past. So here the price can find a lot of buyers and people who want to close their sell positions. And we can see another push to the upside. This is what I personally expect for the long term. We had very strong bearish weekly candle here. So this week was the correction of this price, and I expect we to continue lower. So what I personally expect, if we are already breaking this trend line or this trend happening right here, if we break it, we can see a push to the downside to these previous highs over here and lows back here, or to the support zone on the daily chart. 4 hour, daily. And I started selling the gold since we broke out from this triangle pattern right here, took a good profit with the sales, then the price started correcting, and now I'm again looking for a sales. And if you can see, this is a good sales signal from the resistance zone, so we can see another push to the downside or retest of this resistance area. Okay guys, this is all for the gold chart. Of course, if we break the resistance, we can head up to these trend lines or even higher to this previous resistance. Now let's move to Nasdaq and see what we have there. The most important thing we to mention here is this double bottom formation. After a break of the double bottom, we can expect a move as big as it's the height of the formation. Now let's move to the 4 hour and see where exactly should be our target. Well, our target should be at this resistance zone right here. So it's a good level for those who took a buy trade to get this profit somewhere here, but in about 20% of the cases this pattern fails. So if we don't find a good support here and the price don't go back, we can break it and go lower to these lows here, or even to the next support zone. Two important support zones. So this is the Nasdaq pair. Now let's check the US30. Just really quickly, didn't analyze this very deeply, guys. I just marked the zones and see what is telling me the price action and the trend. Now here, as you can see, we had a strong trend to the upside, then correction, and slowly this trend got broken. Then another trend but again we have broken it. This tells me that the buyer's trend slowly gets weakened. We also reached the ultimate height and the ultimate resistance back here. So I personally expect, if we don't see another push to the resistance, we to continue correcting this whole bullish move to the upside. So the price probably will return to these lows here or to the previous support zone back here. Okay guys, this is all for today's video. I hope you liked the material. I hope you have very successful trading week, and let's get this money from the market. See you guys in the next videos. If you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button so you can see the next materials. And if you have any questions, just write me in my Facebook profile. I'm there to help. So peace. I'm out.